guys, welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be drawing every single Forsaken killer from Jason to 1x1x1, and we are also going to do Noli. If you want me to do a part 2 with survivors, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will gladly do that. Now anyway, let's get into it. Alright, we're obviously going to start off with Jason, and we do have Jason right here. So pretty much what we're going to do is we're just going to try to draw our character. Alright, so we got our brush here. I think we're going to go... Okay, for a head, that's not too bad. Eye. 2 eye. Oh, we need like those little dots on his ski mask. Or sorry, hockey mask, not ski mask. I don't know what I'm on about. Ooh, okay, the ski mask isn't too bad, so I'm gonna create his head, which is kind of like that. Yeah, that's pretty good. All right, and then he has like this as his like the middle of his shirt, and then he has this like weird looking body. Alright, his body shape isn't looking too bad. It's terrible, but you know, it could be worse. Oh Jesus, that's terrible. I gotta fix that. Alright, there we go. We have an arm. If you're wondering why it's like that, I'm gonna draw like a machete right there. Alright, there we go. We have a other hand that looks like a snake. That's weird. Okay, now to his legs. We gotta add like this. Because like remember, Roblox characters work way different than a human, so they don't really have a waist, as you can see right there. I mean, that's kind of a waist, but I wouldn't really consider it as a waist, really. We have a hilt to our machete. A machete is like, it doesn't have a, one of those guard things like a sword. Okay, I think that's a little too skinny, but let me fix that. Now it kind of looks like a lightsaber, but that's close enough. Well, that's our Jason, pretty close, I guess. It's our Jason. Anyway, let's move on to the next killer, which is Cool Kid. Okay, so we got a red right here. Okay, what we gotta do is we gotta start with this body shape right here. Okay, we got like the square body. Now we gotta add like arms, because the arms are like a tiny bit longer than the torso. So, and then we got like an arm coming out right here. I'm gonna go on to his legs now, which I'm gonna try to make them like 3D, like this. Oh god, that's terrible. Okay, I tried fixing it, but it doesn't look too much better. Actually, that like doesn't look too bad. It's this one though that I'm concerned about. Alright, that's not looking too bad. Now we gotta add some, like, fill him up with red. It seemed like you could fill him up with red, so we just gotta add our big ol' smile. And boom. Boom. That does not look like Cool Kid. Actually, it's not too bad. Got these words right here. I kind of gotta, like, paste it on, like, his arm and his chest at the same time, but it's more down here, but I don't want to mess it up. Like that. And then, yeah, I think it's way, we got this. Okay, I put it a little more up. I think that's pretty good. Cool Kid he's looking pretty nice. Alright, let's move up to, John Doe. Or for John Doe, I kind of got a blurry image, but that's the best I could get, so. Alright, so he kind of has, like, a tan head. Kind of like that. Oh, that is like a bean. That is not what I want. And then he kind of has like a green body, I guess. Back to tan, we gotta add this arm real quick. And then for the legs, I think we could just go... Oh my god, that is way too big. Alright, so that shape, not too bad. I think that's the best we could do. Now we gotta add like the R on his chest. If the background is R, we can't really add like a white inside of it. Alright, okay, that's actually looking pretty good. Okay, so we have a black here. We need to add his default smile. We need to add a dot eye. And then, like, the black right here. Which we need to fill right in. Alright, and we got the face done. And the hand now. Don't worry, I'll add, like, the other features. Like, all, like, the red claws and stuff. I'll like the other stuff after I'm done with the black. His leg, and it's kind of annoying to fill this in, but you know, gotta do what we gotta do. Alright, that's looking a little weird, but you know, it'll work. Now for the toughest part, which is gonna be this giant arm on the side. Okay, I found a new strategy. I just use this and we could create a giant arm that he has. Alright, there we go. That's looking pretty good. Here, there we go. We gotta add like the claws, which are actually black, but I missed them. So we're gonna have to make them red. Alright, this is the strategy. We take this 0 right here, and then we just copy and paste it a ton of times, where he has like the glitch. I'm gonna add one like next to his face just in case. Alright, yeah, that's our John Doe. It's not too bad. Definitely could be better, but we're gonna move on to 1x1x1. Alright, if we want to do this, we're gonna have to add a few black outlines. Actually, no, that's green. Our black chest right there. An arm. No, that is way too big of an arm. We're gonna put it slanted up, like how he's doing there. And then, gotta go like that, and that. There we go. Okay, that actually does not look good. Oh my god, these pictures are just terrifying, bro. What am I making? Actually, it's not even that bad. It's not even that bad. Okay, in the picture it says he has a red eye, but I think I've seen him before with a green one. But I'm just gonna draw it red, just in case I don't get, like, you know. Okay, he kind of has like a... He has a rib cage here. And it goes up like that, as you can see. And then it'll go like that, and that, and that, okay? That's so bad, but that's just how it's gonna look. Now that we're back to green, we could add effects to make it look like the actual thing. Okay, so now that looks terrible, but, you know, that's just how it's gonna have to look. Effects on him, like he's, you know. Then I'm gonna add the dominoes on here. There's like a black line. And then there's a 1, 2, 3. And then there's, that looks like a 6, I think. There's 6 down here. Right, boom. And then on the side you can't see, but I made it so it's in the front. So I'm just gonna make it so like it's random. 1, 2. And I added a 5 there. And then I added 1s both right here. Now for the final touch, we need a eye right there. Boom! There's our 1x. He's actually not that bad. I'm not even, like, I think he's pretty good. Anyway, we're gonna move on to our final killer, which is Noli. So this is Noli. I think he's similar to John Doe, where he has, like, all the zeros. Yeah, see right there? 0, 0, 0, 0. So yeah, he's like John Doe, but Noli. Down this, like here. Oh no, that's too long. We need it, like, down here. Because, like, I'm going to put his head here and then his chest here. I think we need a little more. Okay. Here is going to be one side of his chest. This right here is going to be one side of his head. And then that's where that is. And then his arm is, like, down here. So we got to put it like that. And then like that. It looks like his crown is only purple. So it's not, like, black and purple, it looks like. I think I found the color for it, like this. Oh my god, this is not Nolly. Yeah, we're fixing this. Guys, I'm not in a rush. This is literally just how I draw him. Back to the black. And we're gonna add one eye. And then this one is like scared. Like that. Okay, that's our Noli. Now we need like the star, and I don't know what that is, but I think it's like, yeah, that's the star. Oh, right, this looks like it was drawn by a 2-year-old, but I'm on a computer and I'm using a mouse, so it's not going to look the best. Okay, I think that's enough zeros. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to, and I'll see you later.